Good morning. Welcome to Vintage Craft and Chat on Day Trip Vintage. I'm Julie. I was looking down and doing some work, and I looked up and I see there's arguing going on. Oh, let me turn my phone down. In the chat, everybody's fighting over who was first here this morning. Oh my gosh, so funny. Well, apparently Kathy was first. She's number one. Kathy's number one. Oh my gosh, I love it. Good morning, Kathy. I hope you're having a good day. And Leanne is here. Leanne is ready to get crafting. Yes, do you remember this book? Oh, this is one of my favorite books, and I actually have two in my collection, which is why I'm willing to craft with one, because I think they're so good. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites. Kathy's first. Kathy's first. Hi, Amy. Welcome. Amy is here today with us. That makes for a good day. Hope you're having a good one, Amy. And good morning. Anybody else that's hopped in here? I think I've said hello to everyone so far. So today we are making some specimen type cards. So insects, butterflies, that kind of thing. And I had made one of these cards, or we can call them junk journaling cards. You can journal on the back of them. And I had made one many, many weeks ago. I was working on a project, and then I just kind of squirreled and went in a completely different direction. So this was the one I made several weeks ago. And and then the back has lined paper, so you can use it as a journaling spot and slip it into a pocket in a junk journal. And as I've said before, I also like to make my journaling cards kind of rigid because they're super fun. Do I have one close by? I love to display them in flower frogs, and I have a bunch around me. I think they're just fun as a decor item, or if you're going to use it in your journal. But here's one that I had done a video on a while back. But how cute is that, just to have in a little spring display if you have some flower frogs, or a little vintage display that kind of goes along with. I think it's cute. Let's see. Oh, peanut butter and fluff. I've never had that. I have to say I've never had that, but it sounds intriguing. Do you toast your bread? Do you just put it on untoasted or toasted bread? I would think it would be really good and gooey if the bread was toasted. I'll have to try that. And maybe that's a regional thing. I've lived in California my whole life, and yeah, I don't. In fact, we didn't even really do like the peanut butter and banana. I know that's really popular too. We didn't really do that growing up. I was just plain old peanut butter and jelly. Just plain old. Oh, on graham crackers. Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. Yeah, so it would make it more gooey if it was on toast. I might have to get some of that. I might have to try that. Do a little taste test. Yeah, so yes, you can put them in your junk journals. You can stick them in flower frogs. They're very versatile. And where is my box? So this particular one, when I was playing around with this a few weeks ago, I actually used some Tim Holtz, what do I want to say, die cuts. I had a set that I had picked up several years back, and so I dug into that stash, and that's what I used for the first one I did. And of course, these little Denison style tags, these little printables that I love to use, those pop up in my crafts a lot, but just really simple, very easy. And I'll show the book here in a minute. But I kind of treated myself this past week, and I wanted this set for a very long time because I enjoy working with botanicals. I love insects, and I love the whole kind of specimen vibe. And so I told Leanne yesterday that I treated myself to this, but I mean, I've wanted it for many, many years, and they're beautiful stamps. I have to say, after working with them, they're amazing. They're top notch. But I kind of couldn't justify the cost. I was trying to think about how often am I going to use it, but I do think I am going to use it quite often. And so I looked in my business account, my business credit card, and I had some cash back rewards in there. So I redeemed some of those, so it was free. It was a free treat to myself, a business. Good morning, Debbie. Hello. Welcome. And let's all congratulate Debbie. Debbie reached 1,000 subscribers this past week. So exciting. So let's all congratulate her. What a great milestone. Let's see. My go-to is toast with peanut butter with honey. Oh, that's good. I do like honey with my peanut butter. That I have tried. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, does Amy have a YouTube channel now? Okay. Well, maybe, yeah, I'm not sure what that link is. We'll have to figure that out because I know you were thinking about that. Yeah, isn't that exciting? So exciting. And Debbie, put your link in. I know you're blue on here. Debbie does, and I say that over and over again, I'm her biggest fan. She does the most amazing collage work, like glue books and like I would say funny, not funny in a haha way, but the prompts and things that you come up with. She does the Marguerite Miller challenge, and you just come up with things that I wouldn't think, I wouldn't even cross my mind. And she puts little stories behind the things that she does, and it's really good. It's there. So is that you, Amy? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. What was I saying? I'm so sidetracked this morning. I've been trying to do a million things this morning. So I treated myself to this stamp set. It's going to be a lot of fun. And let's see, some of these, I'll show you a few of these die cuts, if any of you have the kind of Tim Holtz, but they're this, and they come in a pack. They're not really that expensive, but they're just, and what I like, some of his die cuts are kind of thick, and I find that I need to sort of take the backing off to make them a little bit thinner, but I do enjoy these thinner die cuts, and they're part of the field notes set. So if you have those will work. And I also want to say, the other stamps that would work really great for this type of project, so don't feel like you need something that's, you don't need the field notes stamps, but if you have some of these, what do I want to say, Denison style stamps would work great. If you are like me and you love the bugs, if you have some of these bug rubber stamps with this script, that would be great. You could get the look that way as well. And even things that have postage on them, you can make them into really cool looking labels. Also, if you have any like office stamps, like received or filed, you know, stamps that say that. And these are Christmas, but you certainly could use some of these stamps and get that look. Anything that's like office, postage, right? Some of these would work really well for that. Even like the circle right here, the approved, that would be cool, even though it's Christmas. And then here's just some other examples I pulled out. Anything that kind of has that script look. Aren't the postage ones cool? I love the postage ones. I like all those vibes. These are all the vibes that I love. Let's see. Anyone on YouTube has a channel? Yeah, that is true, right, Leanne? Yes. Before I started doing content, I had a YouTube channel because I was subscribing to friends and I was involved in the vintage community long before I started doing live sales and doing crafting. So that is true. If you have a channel because you're on here with us as Amy's Amazing Art. So it doesn't mean that it has to be a channel that you're putting content out. So you are official. You're official, Amy. Your official Amy. Yeah, aren't those fun? And some of those were Dollar Tree, some of them were Temu, some I thrift stores. I don't even know. I've just kind of been collecting them over the years. So you can get the look with like use what you have. Use what you have. And you know what? Let me put let me put the kind of down scoop down, and then we can look at the book a little bit better. I love sharing the books that I use in my tutorials. Let's come over here a little bit. I'm already very messy here. Let's see if we can. I know if we get too close, it does that weird in and out thing, which it's kind of doing a little bit. But this is the book that I made the journal cards out of, and it's one of these really great A Golden Book nature guides. And this one's in pretty bad shape. In fact, both of the insect ones I have are not in great shape, but I picked this up, excuse me, at an estate sale years ago. It was one of those, like, you're scanning the bookshelves at the estate sale in like an office area, and right, you know what those look like, because they're tiny. They're so tiny. They're very easy to pick out. So it's like, oh my gosh, I grabbed this as fast as I could. I didn't care what condition it was in. Let me see if we can see. I'm kind of like copyright crazy. 1956 is that. So 1951 was the original, and then this was reprinted in 1956. And the images and the illustrations in here are so amazing. Actually, I think these sheets may have come from a different one. In fact, I wanted to share something else I had made from one of these books years ago. So I think these are different. I'll take those out. But yeah, just super fun illustrations. And it has that really great matte paper that I love. And I've marked a few that I think will be fun. I don't think we'll do that one. And the good thing about this book is when you find a page you love, chances are the backside has maybe something a little ooky that we wouldn't want to put on a journaling card. So that's one, I guess, plus about this book. But really great. A lot of butterflies. Of course, we all love the butterflies. So this is a great book if you're out and about. And it looks like in the series, there's birds, flowers, insects, trees, seashore. Oh, I don't have stars. Reptiles and amphibians, weather, mammals, fishes, rocks, and minerals. So I think I'm, at least when this book was put out, and I do have a small collection. I'm positive I don't have all of them, but these are fun. So be on the lookout. And then this was a fun thing I wanted to share when I was getting ready this morning. So when I first started my other business, Pearly Girl, you can't see it very well. I love to make sort of vintage found object jewelry. I was really into soldering and just, I don't know, just combining all kinds of cool materials. Let's see if I can get in close. So I had made this bracelet, so cute. And I used the actual book pages from the seashore one. So we have coral and the fish and the little starfish. And then I just did like wire wrap beads and kind of combined it with colors that I thought were pretty cool and cute. So I've been crafting and using books and illustrations and things that I love to make for a lot of years. I probably made this, oh gosh, the kids were little. I probably made this, oh, I don't know, over 15 years ago. So you, Amy. Well, I can't do everything, but if it involves something that I love and I'm kind of crazy about, then it seems to come a little easy. Kind of like you, Debbie, right? You love all these cool images and doing the collaging. So I'm a believer, if it's something that you love, it kind of flows. It kind of comes to you. If you're fighting it and it's not coming easy, either step away or just keep searching for your your thing, right? Your thing that you love that kind of brings you joy. That's what I think. Um, let's see. Whoops, I think I wanted to see. Oh yeah, Kathy says yes. The books, they're not in great shape because kids would take them out in the weather to find out what they were looking for. Yeah, this book has been loved and enjoyed and flipped through, and that's what's kind of cool about them too, right? Yeah, it is great that they got used. Let's see. I feel like, oh, I need to come down here. Uh, oh, that's so cool. Oh, I've seen jewelry made out of dominoes. I have a ton of dominoes in my possession that I was collecting to do something like that, but I never got around to it. I have made like domino, like larger size pendants that had book pages and things in them that were, kind of that domino size. Like, what do I want to say? Made out of specimen slides. So you can take those thin slides that you would use to put in like a microscope. That's what I used to use a lot to do my glass soldering. These were just little glass cabochons that I had picked up. And so I just attached them into a bezel. So this wasn't like a soldered thing. But yeah, I've made some kind of larger ones that are that domino size. That's really cool. And let's see, what are we going to use today? So the supplies are down below in the description, and other than maybe the stamps, but hopefully you can find some things that will work. And you don't need a book. You could do printables. There's so many amazing printables online. I even went and looked at that Smithsonian website that Angela BOA had shared with us a while back. I found some really great like bug and botanical images that you can print out. Pinterest has a ton, graphics vary. So you don't need this book. It's really easy. And it's such a popular, right? Kind of such a popular theme and vibe, so you can easily recreate it. And the rest of the supplies are simple: glue and scissors, and if you have some vintage lined paper, kind of this office paper or grid paper. And the one thing I wanted to use today is, this is a great, let's see if, does that come off? This is a great craft to use up that cardstock that you don't see yourself using, or isn't kind of the look that you love to craft with. Maybe you picked it up at a thrift store or a garage sale. And this one is Happy Birthday. And it's a real kind of definite look. It has cupcakes. And while it's super cute, I'm not a card maker and I can't envision making something that has Happy Birthday on it. So we're going to use this today and use up what we have. And let's find a book page. A couple in here. I keep coming across those things. Oh, I didn't see those. Those are cute. I missed those. Let's see. Maybe whoever types it in first. So we have katydids, but of course those are like grasshoppers. I thought those would be fun. Now, this is an earwig. Maybe that's a little ooky, but I like the flower. I thought that was a cute image. Let's see. Even though these are aphids, I thought those kind of had a cool look, and I don't particularly like what is on the other side. And of course, the dragonflies are beautiful. I don't know if anybody uses, oh, you have a set of the white lacquer ones. I think I have all like the old black, the black, like the wooden ones. I have a lot with the colored dots, and then I think I have some with the white dots. I don't know. Maybe I should try to do that. Maybe it would work okay if you put construction paper, because typically I'll take a piece of cardstock and then I'll layer pieces on both sides. That's typically how I do my journaling cards. But I do have some cardstock left over when the kids were little, and I was looking at it the other day like, am I going to use this? Do I need this? I kind of kept it because my niece will come over and craft sometimes here. I thought maybe it was something, I could just give her a big pile and she could have fun with it. So I kept it for her to craft with, but yeah, I do have a lot of that. Oh, Leanne, you're looking for a way to use it too. I'll do some tests and see how it works to layer it on the inside and see how it works. It might be cool because you know how like the doilies and what else were we talking about? Like doilies and that project that I just did with the toilet paper rolls. It's very interesting how some like paper and cardboard products, when you glue them and add other paper to them, they almost become fabric-like. What was that other thing you were saying, Leanne? I forget what the other thing we were talking about yesterday that kind of gets that fabric. Okay, well, if it's the year of the cicadas, let's find a cicada. Did I have that marked? I think I did. Oh, that's a katydid. Is this in, it's not in alphabetical order. Let's see what cicadas look like if we can find them. Ew, termites, lice. Some of these are, oh, here we go. I don't know. Do we like that? These might be a little creepy. I don't know about that. That's not like, I don't know. I don't know if I love the visual. This one's not too bad. No, let's do eighth. No, let's do, I'm so undecided today. You know what? Let's do the ladybugs. Let's totally change it up. I didn't even know they had ladybugs in here. Lots of moths. Where did I see those? Ooh, that's pretty too with the roses. Oh no, I'm going to do this Japanese beetle because it reminds me of my husband. We're going to do that one. Ooh, I don't want to rip it. You know what I'm going to do? This is get my little scissors. Let's see if I can get in here, or I'll get my little razor thing. These pages are sewn in. Where's my little thing here? There we go. Let's do that so we don't rip them. We'll get the Japanese beetle and then we'll pull out that dragonfly. It was really beautiful. I like that page. Where was that? I had that marked. Isn't that beautiful? Let's hope I don't mess it up. Sometimes when I get crafting on here, I'm like breezing through. That's beautiful. Okay, so we have these two pages. Oh, that's what it was. Yes, the napkins start to get that kind of fabric feel too. That's right. And I need to do that. I've just done the napkins on the small scale. So I do want to cover like whole pages. And let's see, let's clear the deck a little bit. We can leave these over here. And welcome if there's anybody watching that's not active in the chat. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching. Let's see. We're doing this one, the Japanese beetle. I'm going to come in here, and I could use scissors. I'm going to use the paper trimmer just because I don't always cut very straight. And I think I'm going to make this one just because it was not that great on that side. I think I might cut this one just to kind of match that side a little bit. Let's come in a little bit tighter, maybe to the image. I think that's a little bit more centered. I like that. Got our images over here. And I'm just going to use glue stick. Oh, I wanted to share this. I meant to share it yesterday. So I had picked up some of this Tombow mono liquid glue, and it's called Aqua. And I've been playing around with it a little bit. I've been using it on the little Golden Book junk journals, some of the embellishments that I've been making for that. And I actually used it the other day to do the cover, the fabric cover of one of the little golden books. And jury's still out a little bit. I love once it dries. I was hoping it would maybe be a good replacement for Fabri-Tac in a way, but it stays wet for a long time and kind of cold, if that makes sense. But it's been an interesting glue to work with, and it's very inexpensive. I got this on Amazon, and I was like probably $3, less than $3 maybe even. But the one thing I do like about it, which I wanted to try it, is it has this tip it's a broad tip. So you can actually spread the glue really well with it. And then it has this like pointy tip, which is great. So you get a small stream of it, but it doesn't dry as fast as I would like it to. Like for instance, as fast as the art glitter glue, and it doesn't even, excuse me today, it doesn't dry as fast as the Fabri-Tac. So I'm still going to play around with it, but I just wanted to share that. That was kind of interesting. What's on the back side of this one? Carry-on beetles. Carry-on and rove beetles. Ew. I don't know if I like that. Okay, so let me get my glue book out. And we're just going to glue this up. Stick it on our paper that we don't love. Using up that stash. Everybody's having a good day. It's kind of overcast here. It almost looks like it might want to rain. It's a little overcast here. In fact, we always have the saga with the gardener here on Thursdays. The gardener has not come today, so maybe he's somewhere else and it has started raining. And then I'm just going to come in and cut that. Didn't really glue it down very straight, but we will make it work. Put that aside. Oh, your napkins. Okay, your napkins get hard when you use the Mod Podge. So what do you use for your napkins? I usually use glue stick is what I tend to use for my napkins and doilies. For paper crafts, I love the Elmer's stick glue stick. Yes, I'm going to try Elmer's, and then what's the other one? I do not like this one. I bought like a big pack of it. It's just the cheapy Office Depot stuff. I just needed it in a pinch, so I ran in and picked up a set of it, but I don't love it. Okay, so Leanne's saying the Mod Podge napkins are flexible. Okay, and I haven't tried the whole page yet. So what kind of glue stick do you use, Debbie? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to reflect on your videos what brand you love, because I know you use a lot of glue stick, right? Almost primarily glue stick and then art glitter. I think that's what you love. Leanne says, I haven't tried that glue at all. I have clear gel tacky glue that I never use because of similar reasons. Yeah, it's like cold in a way, and it stays really wet. Yeah, that's my favorite so far with the napkins is the glue stick. Now, Leanne does a lot of large, like she'll cover junk journal pages, like full pages, with the napkins too. Uh, let's see. Restick is best for the Elmer's glue stick. Okay. Maybe that's the brand I'll try too. Oh, so Kathy, that's interesting. So it's getting stiff with the school glue too. That's interesting. Okay, yeah. So the Elmer's has the orange cap. Do they have different brands? Like some orange caps, some different colored. I know a lot of the glue makers they'll have different like quick dry and they come up with they have all these different selling points of them, right? I didn't do this one very straight. Let me straighten it up here a little bit. Oh, Avery. I'm gonna write that down. I have a little list here going of glue because I have one more of this cheapy kind. Well, I guess I could get a better so I know Leanne has said the Tombow of the glue stick. So Avery and then Amy with the Elmer's with the orange cap. Okay. Put that in my little notebook here for when I reorder. Let's see. Oh, Terry's here. Hi, Terry. Hello. No, never worry about where I've been talking more than crafting, so you're never late. You're just there's a little conversation going on, but you're not late to the craft at all. So Debbie says Avery is my go-to, but if you want a better stick, okay, and that's the one that Leanne loves is the Tombow. Oh, and it's mono. Okay. All right. Very strong. Okay, that's what I like. And what is the dry time? Is there a little bit of movement? Glue stick, you sometimes have that little bit of movement time. So that's definitely, I'll probably get like 2 or 3 and then just test and see which one I like the best and report back. Okay, so the Elmer's glue does give you that little bit of reposition time and it holds well. Okay, good. I don't have the glue stick yet. So maybe Leanne will put in, oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you about the thumbs up. Leanne has the glue stick of the Tombow and Debbie too. So hopefully they'll put in, I would guess maybe Amazon of where they bought it. But this is the aqua one that I've been playing around with by that same brand. And I got this on Amazon and it was so super cheap. I want to say it was like $3 or something. It was very inexpensive. Let's see. I agree about the Tombow mono glue stick. It's my favorite glue stick so far. Good. So that's number 1 with Leanne and Debbie. I found that other glue sticks weren't sticking enough for me. And I've had that problem too. Definitely with this one where I have glued it down and then a couple days later, it seems it's crunchy, like it's separated a little bit. And I probably should have on this one. I did like this one's already a little. Usually I'll come in with a card or a bone folder. I didn't do that because again I'm talking too much, but I'll come in and that helps. But yeah, sometimes I am getting that separation. Do we need to trim that? Trim that just a tad. I do get that separation. I feel like it is very hard to find that. I'm always on the quest for the perfect glue for different applications, but I am excited to try all these glue stick because I love the art glitter glue. But obviously it's expensive and it's not good for like really large applications. So I feel like this is kind of what we have to deal with. I think. Let me take that off here. Okay, so let's cover the bag. Let's cover up our cupcakes. They might end up being kind of see-through, so that might gauge wet line paper. And I don't really want to do, I think that's not too bad. Ooh, I don't want to do 2 layers. Ooh, let's maybe use this. They're all kind of see-through. I guess that's the one drawback when you have a see-through paper you're going to layer on the top. We'll do this one. This one's not too bad. So it's a little bit better. Maybe that's not going to fit. Nope. We're stuck with this one. That piece isn't big enough, so we'll use this. And this one's super beat up. It was in a stack of stuff, and it's really yucky on the back. But I'm going to come in so that I can see where I am on the other side. I'm going to put a little bit of a pencil mark here so I know kind of where to line it up. I like this comment thing here. This is kind of the line there, right below that. Kind of gives me let's run down that way. Okay. And our glue stick. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Once, I think I have one more, I have one more of this glue stick left next to me. So once I dig into that one, then I'll place an order. And it sounds like those are the 3, right? The Tombow, the Avery, and the Elmer's Orange Cap. Those will be the ones that we test. I like this purple though. I do have to say I like the purple color. It's kind of nice. Hopefully I'm fairly lined up there. Might need to do the corners a little bit more. Yeah, I can see we do need to do the corners. Yeah, there is so little time and so little money. I have a funny little story about glue stick. It was so cute when my niece was over a couple weeks ago, and oh, see, here's the gardener. The gardener is here. It was so funny watching her with the glue stick. She was very liberal with the glue stick. And Jim, my husband Jim, had walked through, and he's like, "Yeah, she was going at it with the glue stick." And I said she was having fun, probably too because it was purple, right? She was probably having fun with the color and the whole thing. The whole thing was fun. And I posted a video on. Well, that's just really not wanting to stick there, even with the art glitter. Very interesting. Very interesting. Maybe it's that cupcake paper. That one's, oh, I'm going to have to do the corners. Say darn cupcake paper. I posted on my Instagram page, I think that night, that she was here, and it was so cute. She loved it. We did those like collage covered envelopes that I like to do with the, what do we call them? My words are escaping, but you know, these little envelopes that we get with our bills and stuff. And so she did like 3. She did 3 to my 1, which was fun. And she had such a good time. I was just pulling out all kinds of ribbons and just little scraps, and I could kind of see what she was gravitating towards. So, and I loved it because we really thinned out my little scrap bin, my little scrap bowl. So it's good to keep those things I know she likes to craft with. Okay, so we've come in. That looks so cool. I like the way, although I'm probably going to end up covering that up with the tab once we put a tab on the top, but I think that's cool. And you can't see it too bad. If I was doing this to put in a junk journal, maybe that I was going to sell, or if it was something that was going in my shop, I'd probably put another layer, a piece of copy paper in between, but we'll just leave that. We are going to come in and round our corners. Here is my corner rounder. It's disappeared. Here we go. Out of my little spot. I'm kind of crooked here. Let's go like this. Okay. And I like the big one. Let's give it big rounded corners here. That looks cute. And then we are going to get our stamps out and let's have some stamping fun. And the one cool thing that I was playing around with was, so this is the Tim Holt die cut that I had bought a pack of. And then I saw that they basically, what is in that pack, that's recreated here on the rubber stamp pad, so that there's that same one, which I think is kind of cool. And I discovered if I took craft paper, I could kind of mimic the coloration a little bit. So we're going to test two. I'll do one on craft paper and then I'll do one on, I pulled out some vintage paper. So we'll see what those two look like, because I haven't gotten to experiment with that quite yet. Let me pull out a bigger piece. Clear the decks a little bit. You don't need all these pens and pencils out and cards. Let's put our cards there. Okay, let's use, I kind of like this bigger, this field label. I think is kind of cool. Although that's too big. Let's do the specimen. And my rubber stamp thing is so new. Some of them are still kind of attached here. There we go. We'll pull out that one. And let me get one of my, I hope if it gets super loud with the garner, let me know and I'll mute a little bit if it gets too loud. And let me grab my ink. So not only from the same seller, and I actually found a seller on eBay was where I found the stamp that was best price. All the prices were fairly similar, but she was maybe $1 less expensive. And then I ordered myself a new black ink, and this is the ink I have used a lot in the past and have enjoyed. So I like the Ranger products. So I treated myself to both of those. Again, free. You could go back and listen how I did the free thing. And let's try this on the vintage kind of book page. Let's see what kind of look we get with that. And of course we'll ink it up. And then let's try it on the craft paper. I pulled some scraps out here. I've had this Ranger one in the past. I used to, so for my other business, I did gift bags. So all my products came in little cloth gift bags. So I used this. Stays on I've used a lot in the past and like those. Well, I have kind of a jumbled collection of black ink and not super happy with any of them. So I'm kind of glad to circle back around to this one. I think the one I had before was all dried out. And I should have gotten a re-inker because they probably had it, but I think it kind of went in the trash at some point. but I am enjoying this. And of course, for inking, if I'm doing distress inking the edges, I like the Ranger Tim Holtz distress inks. I love these, but they don't, they're okay. I do stamp with them sometimes, but they're not necessarily the best because you don't get that kind of dark color. They're a little bit, what do I want to say? They come out a little bit lighter when you're stamping with them. I think I have something, well, like for instance, this, I used did I pull it out? This is the chipped sapphire that I used to do this kind of faux Denison label stamp. So you can see it's okay, but I think it's kind of hard to tell because we're looking at two different colors, but definitely this archival ink, I think, gave a much better image. So far, I would recommend that. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. And we'll do it on the craft paper. Go up here. We'll see what those look like. Yeah, very cool. And we'll ink those up and we'll see how those end up looking. I'm going to let me get some paper here. I don't have anything large. Sometimes when I'm doing these stamps, I like to come in with a, because you get a little bit of play on it. I don't have anything. Oh, maybe I'll just do this again. So it's not as dark, but because I have the ink, I don't want to really waste it. So I'll do another print often. And then even though I'm not going to use that in this project because it's a little bit light, but I'll just rip this or cut it out and stick it in my scrap bin. And these work really great for collages. Whereas this, I want that dark image for what we're doing today. And we'll just come out, we'll cut these very quick. What's is there anybody crafting? What are everybody's plans today? I have just crammed a lot in this morning. I want to get over to that consignment place that I've been taking some vintage items to, things that are maybe too heavy or too large to put in my Etsy shop. And I think this will be my third or fourth time I've gone. Get that a little bit closer. So kind of scrambling. The one thing, you can take 10 items, but you have to price them. So right before I went live, that's what I was working on when I looked up and Kathy and Leanne were doing their thing. I was looking things up on eBay and trying to write down the prices to give the ladies. Okay, so we have our little handmade tags. Or labels, I should say. And let's go in and we're going to give it a little bit of distress ink. Ooh, I like the way this the vintage book page is looking so far. Let's see. Wow. Right, just right away, I really like that look. Not that we're trying to mimic the Tim Holtz die cuts, but it definitely gives us more of that look. And I think I'll be kind of liberal with it. Whoops. Kind of liberal with that. And you can come in with like a gray ink or a black ink, and you can do the edges up a little bit more. Yeah, I'm glad I thought to play with the book page. I definitely like that look much more. I think it mimics, an old label. But this one's cool. We'll compare the two. So that's on the brown craft paper, which certainly has a cool look. And then here it is on the book page. Let me see if I can get a good yeah, they're both really cool, but I think I like this one better so far. Oh, that's right, Amy. You have a market coming up. I'm painting mushroom pens that I made. Oh my goodness. If you put pictures up on Instagram, tag me. I love mushrooms. So is it this Saturday? Oh, that's gonna be fun. You're gonna have Amy and I've been chatting a little bit on Instagram, and I think you're gonna have a good time. It's a little, if you're not used to doing those things, and I was sharing with Amy too, I'm not very, I'm kind of shy by nature, which is shocking to everybody that I'm on here. I'm definitely much more reserved and shy. As I've gotten older, a little bit less so. So that was a little, I was very nervous. But I think what I told her, once you get into it and you meet the other vendors, is really fun. And I had a good time. I only did ever did two live markets. And one was with a friend when I first started doing Etsy and kind of making handmade things. And then the other one I did through a local church because it was a fundraiser. Of some of the proceeds of the items we were selling, there was a certain percentage that went to a local charity, and that I really jumped on board. I thought that was a fun thing. Okay, so we have one of our little specimen tags. And should we do, maybe let's use one of Tim Holtz. These are the ones that I love to, I print out the whole sheets of them, and I use these all the time. They're a go-to, but actually, let's do it the whole way. Let's make one of these labels. And maybe that one we will do in the craft paper, just so we get a little bit. No, we're going to do it. Change my mind. We'll do it on this same paper. And I like this blue. I like the way the blue turns out. And even though I have these, we'll do one fresh here. But I think you'll really enjoy it, Amy. Well, this will be good too to see what the other stamp set does versus the Tim Holtz. That's a kind of a fun. Will it fit on there? Yeah. And this paper is a little bit different color book page than that one. Oh, that's a really nice image. I like how that's turning out. And I'll just come down here. I'm just going to do a bunch. I use these quite often. So I'll just come down here, and while we're at it, just do a few there. I'll even do some that are a little bit fainter, because those will get used up. But I like that. I think that has a really good image. Where are my other ones? And then that's sort of like a cheaper version of labels that I have, but I do like the way that Tim Holtz looks. Very nice and crisp. These are really beautiful, really beautiful stamps, I have to say. So they're probably well worth the money. They're probably some of the best rubber stamps, but I kind of tend towards the maybe less expensive ones, but I have to say very, very impressed with them. Very nice quality. And we're gonna ink that up a little bit, give it a little bit of stressing. And one of the things I like to do too is I'll come in and fold my labels, and then it gives it that, can you kind of see that? It kind of gives it as if it's been folded and maybe the corner lifted up. Sometimes I'll even come in and I'll rip it give it a little rip at the edge and ink that up. Yeah, I'll even give it a little bit more. I think that looks really cool to do that. I probably should have done that after I inked my image, but let's pick out something here that will kind of work for that size. Maybe one of these numbers. That one will fit really nicely. Ooh, it's really loud now with the gardener. We do, Leanne, isn't that ironic though that we're doing YouTube? We're doing YouTube thing. We're those reserved, quiet kids. I was around adults much more than children, obviously kids at school. But I come from a long line so I'm an only child. My mom was an only child. My dad is an only child. Stepdad only child. My stepmom had a brother. So I was just around adults, family wise. It was always my aunts and uncles and me. And because of the only children thing with my parents, I didn't have close cousins. They were all sort of, my cousins were all like my grandparents' brothers and sisters' kids, but still not, there weren't a lot of us. So yeah, we were really, it was like me and then all the adults in my family. So I was always much more comfortable being around adults than children. Like I didn't really feel as shy or reserved around adults because that was kind of my comfort level. But for some reason, like my peer group, like my peer age or children, always much more shy, which is kind of interesting. Maybe that's why as I've gotten older, I never thought about that. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit maybe less shy the older I get. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. I'm going to fold it a little bit and get a little bit of those age spots. Let's see. Maybe we'll tear this corner a little bit. Imagine that maybe it lifted. As a specimen card was used by maybe the scientists or whoever was using this. I'll even do that a little bit more. Get that corner a little ratted up. Is that loud? Is the gardener loud to all of you? I would love to know, because to me it's super. Oh, good. Leanne said it's not loud. Good, because he's right on the other side of the sliding glass door, just a few feet from me, and it's so loud. Hi, Heather. Oh my gosh, welcome. How's your day? I'm happy you're here. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, let's glue these on, and we'll do our little little collage here. And I'm going to use art glitter glue for these. I don't like I find I don't like the glue stick as well for these kind of little paper applications. It's definitely my favorite. Wouldn't it be marvelous if the art glitter glue had, like, if it was the Tombow where it had the big, oh, that would be great. If it had the big applicator at the end. Ooh, I would love that. If any of the art glitter people are listening. And then we'll do our little collage. We'll put this on top, and then I'm thinking maybe we'll take one of the round ones. I also pulled out some stamps, some vintage stamps that I thought would be kind of cool too. How cute is that? So We're doing well. We have our little collage. Let's see. Let's stamp. I kind of liked when I was playing with the stamps, I kind of like the look of stamping just right on the card itself. So maybe let's do a little bit of that before we add anything else to our collage. Let me get this cord out of the way. And let's see. I don't think we want to be condemned. Destination. Where's that other one? Shipment collect. Identification. That shipment collect is kind of cool. Let's do that one maybe. And I think we'll do it in black. Let's see if we like the way that looks. I don't know. I'd have to go. Ooh, I kind of like it on this side. I like it with the text there with the Japanese beetle. So I think we'll do it there. Oh my gosh, Terry, that is a big family. The second oldest of 11. Wow. When I was little, I always used to think, oh, I wish I had a brother or sister. Did you long for that, Leanne? I was always like, oh, I wish I had a brother and sister. And my parents divorced when I was 5. Which is so interesting that we still had all these only children. So I was 5 when my parents divorced, and maybe within 3 years, maybe they each remarried. But they didn't have, my parents didn't have children with my step parents. So I I was still the only child, but I used to, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, and I used to think, I wish I had a long, like a brother or sister, which of course I didn't understand as a kid, like that would just pop up that I would miraculously have. Yeah, a brother or sister. And I used to love, we didn't get together with cousins, kind of distant cousins a lot, but I just used to love it. I loved it. It's built-in friends, just instant. Aw, I love that. Your sisters, yeah, are your best friends. I don't know if Debbie's still here, but Debbie, I call Debbie my sis a lot. And she's my adopted sister. I think she's still there. Yes. See, she's my sis. She's the best kind of sis. She adopted me as her sister. Oops, which direction am I going to go? I'm going to go this way. So I do have a sister. I can't say that I don't. I'm going to put this way. Debbie is definitely my sister. I'm very blessed to have Debbie. I'm blessed to have all of you. Leanne and Kathy and new friends, Amy and Terry, and blessed to have Heather. I'm a lucky lady. Soups are overrated. I have heard that from some people, that they are overrated. Sometimes the soul sisters or soul brothers are pretty special, and sometimes, but there's a lot of complication with family, right? I didn't stamp that very straight, but I think it looks cool. Families can be complicated, whereas adopted brothers and sisters, like our soul brothers and sisters, they don't come with all that complication, right? We find them in our life, times where we find each other and discover each other. So it's a different thing than when you carry all that stuff that happened when you were kids, right? It's a much different relationship. Yeah, and at times, right, that can be true. Yeah, see, a BFF like Heather and Leanne. Yeah, it's better. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we're closer to those adopted families. Let's see, what else do we want to do? I know I want to do a little, probably like a circular stamp down here. I think would look kind of cool. Let's see. Let's actually ink up. Let's ink up the edges. I feel so distracted today. I don't know. My head is in all different places today. I think I was trying to do too much this morning before I came on with all of you. So I'm feeling kind of disjointed. I apologize. You're probably all going to say you don't notice and it's not coming through, but I just feel, I usually try not to do as many kind of distracting things before I come on in the morning. I try to really focus on being with all of you and crafting. But yeah, I feel a little disjointed. So I like the way, oh, actually, I didn't do the back. Let's not ignore our back. We're going to give that some inking up here too. I know. No, you're not. I'm just really distracted. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, I love all the love. I love all the love. Yeah. Isn't it? How blessed are we? And I tell people that all the time. I tell other friends or just, people I've met since all of you. And I just say, wow, I just feel so blessed to have found all of you and this wonderful community. And people probably think I'm crazy when I say that, but you're distracting me. No, I'm just distracted. I'm just in a weird distracted mood today. I'm real hyper too. Maybe I drank too much coffee. And the gardener's here. I don't know. It's just a weird day. You do? Awesome. Sometimes too, I find you know what I also did this morning? I've totally forgot about that. Why did I even try to do that? I also filmed a video this morning, a whole video before I came on with that's the other thing. I totally forgot that I did that. I don't usually do that either. I did a lot of like unusual things, but because I was trying to I wanted to, same as Leanne, I was trying to get my table cleaned off because I want to get my sewing machine out. I have a portable sewing machine. And so I'm trying to clear the decks. I'm excited about that. So I have had this little pile that I needed to do a haul on. And I tried to do it last night. And I forgot to put the do not disturb on my phone. And then my brother-in-law called. He was looking for something. So he called in the middle of it, which was fine. It helped him. And then I said, okay, I'm going to put it on my phone on do not disturb. And then I started filming again. And then my husband pulled up because I could see the front of the house. And my husband pulled up home from work. So then I had to stop it again because I can cut off the beginning of videos and cut off the end. But as I've told Debbie, I don't know how to do anything beyond that. And I thought, no, this is too much. I cannot splice two sections of video together. So then I just called it a day. But I had everything laid out here this morning. And I didn't want to put it back in my bin. So I'm like, no, I'm going to do a whole video really quick this morning. So that was the other thing that just really, I don't know. Let's see, what's Amy saying? Do you ever use a flame to age paper? I haven't done that. I think I would be scared. Lighters scare me. My mom used to hate when I'd be in the kitchen over the sink with the lighter. Yeah, I have never been comfortable with lighters or matches. They've always made me nervous. So in fact, if I'm camping, we're camping or doing anything, I always have to ask my husband I can light a candle. I have those I guess I could use one of those long lighters like we use for the barbecue, but no, I don't know. It makes me nervous. I could see why your mom was maybe nervous. Right. Yes. Yeah. And family sometimes does not get the the crafting, like the love of crafting, the love of vintage. Like sometimes people in our family, they just don't get it. And I even have friends that like I'm always say, "Oh, I'm cuckoo crazy." I'm like, you know me, cuckoo crazy. Um, yeah, so it's always interesting. So sometimes, yes, our found family and gets us a little bit. Bye, Debbie. I'm so glad you were here. Have fun. I bet you're gonna go off and do some like pottery class or something fun. I love you. Bye, sis. Have a good day. I would burn, yes, I would. I would burn my eyebrows off. I would have a big blister on my on my hand. I just can't. Kathy says, I have used the flame for rope endings, but I just saw someone doing that and thought I'd try it. Oh, see, Kathy's brave. I'm just not that brave. Yeah. And my son is getting to that point too, where like some of the stuff, like I would ask my husband to help with. My son's 18. So now it's kind of cool, right? Like having a young man son, because I find myself asking him to help maybe do those things if my husband's at work or not around, and so it's been kind of fun, and I think he likes doing it, and he's really capable. Like he's like my husband. He's very he's like super coordinated, and he's just good at some of that stuff. So he's now I have a built-in go-to for that kind of thing. What did that? Oh my gosh, can you imagine if you did that? And then you're like, "Oh, I have a live sale. I have my live sale tonight." Um, you're yeah, okay, so Kathy's youngest sister said she was jealous of all the different art things you can do. Oh, does she ever want to sit down and craft with you and do those things? Yeah. You know what? I do have to say, I don't know, Leanne and I have been talking separately, and I think I have a topic to pick out for kind of the end of the month discussion on our kind of creative kind of business little series that we did. Like last week, we did a little kind of mini tour. We talked about craft organization, and I let you guys all in and like kind of little mini tour around my craft table here. But yeah, Leanna and I have been chatting, and it's something that's happened to me a lot in the past. Anyway, but my daughter, who is an amazing, amazing artist, she just blows me away with just her talent. And I mean painting and sculpting and like fine arts. She just does just amazing, beautiful things. She's last semester she did live drawing, with live models, nude models, and then this semester she's doing like kind of the painting version of that class. So it's oil paints, and she hasn't even worked with a lot of these mediums, and I'm just blown away with like the stuff she does. But my daughter, since she was a little girl, she is very quick to say that the more you practice something, the more you do it, the better you become at it. And she and I have been talking about that a lot lately. So just doing it, the act of doing it, a lot of people think, well, you just come by things naturally, and maybe some do. Maybe people are maybe artistically inclined or inclined in a craft way. Maybe that's their thing, right? We all have gifts, but I do have to agree with my daughter, and she just practiced. She spent um, hours and hours and hours as a little girl drawing people and hands and whatever, drawing figures and eyes and ears and noses and whatever it was, and honed her skills and perfected them. So I think if something doesn't necessarily come super easy to you, I do think there's a lot to be said with just sitting down and doing it, like the repetitiveness of it. Um, Yeah. Oh, she just bought a farm, so she's busy redoing the house and planting trees. And that's probably her love, right? That's probably something that brings her a lot of joy is gardening and farming and that would be my guess. That would be my guess. Yeah, trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, sometimes just trying to simplify. Or if you, why am I even talking about this? I'm going to talk about it at the end of the month. But anyway, but yeah, trying to do too many things at once. And if something's not coming easy, put it to the side. Just put it to the side, put it in one of your bins or however you kind of keep your little projects organized and then circle back around to it later. It does, right? I think, Terry, practice definitely makes, you know, practice makes progress. And my daughter, since she was a little girl, that's always been her thing. Obviously, she was passionate about art from a very early age. We knew that was like her thing. But that's what she's always quick to say, little girl, that she's practiced, she honed, she did it, she put a lot of time into doing this thing that, that she loved and brought her joy. And Amy says, my family loves that I make gifts. Everyone always gets handmade from me. I love that. My mom likes to do easy crafts and recently crafted with me. My sister, she's logical. She has no crafty bone in her. But she probably has something else that's like her gift and her thing, right? That she loves to do. I'm a firm believer in that. I used to do that too. I used to do a lot of handmade gifts, and I got busy as the kids got older and running my businesses that I got away from that. But I love receiving a handmade gift, and I love giving handmade gifts. I used to even try to do it for the neighbors and everything like several years in a row. But yeah, it just got to be a lot. I'd like to circle back around to that though. Oh my, see? Okay, being a carpenter is a very creative. You have to have heavy skills to be a carpenter. So, see, she is creative. I think carpentry is a form of being a creative. So, yeah, see? See, cooking is creative too. See, that's her thing. That's the thing that she's good at. And I'm not good at cooking. My daughter is good. I'm cooking. I mean, I love eating. But it sometimes it becomes like a have to, right? We have to eat dinner. So I have to cook. And when you're cooking for four people, we all have different tastes. Sometimes that gets hard that we don't all have the same taste in food. So but I wish I liked to cook. I wish I loved to cook more than I don't like to do it. Okay, let's do the top tab. And I pulled out, let's see, how did I do these? This was, okay. So this one, I was playing around. I took a piece of brown craft paper, and then I just overlaid it with a scrap of some kind of grid paper I can see. So that's how, let's see if I can get in close. And this was that first journaling card I made before I had the stamp. So I took the craft paper so that it was sturdier, and I overlaid a piece of lined paper. And then I just used some of my other stamps that I had and some of those other stamp sets that I showed in the beginning. I can't really see. Right? So you can come up with all kinds of things. This one, where's my other one? This one, I had some printables that I did on cardstock years ago. And like, here's one, and I fussy cut them out. And so that's what I used for that tab. So it had a little bit of decoration in the printable, and then I just stamped the top. So yeah, you can come up with a lot of different ways. But I think what we'll do is we'll use this cardstock that I have a scrap of, and it already has kind of cool kind of graphic imagery. And what we're going to use is this new So I not only when I had to redeem those cash rewards, so I bought the Tim Holtz. I'm so proud of myself. I bought the Tim Holtz stamp. I bought the ink, and then there were a few other things that I couldn't justify buying because of course I can just cut my own tab top. Like I don't need, but I really wanted one of these, and I know I'm going to use it a ton. So there were a couple other things that I bought, and this will be in another haul. I'm kind of bringing it out ahead of time, but and there's also the whale tail one shape that I would like to get eventually too. And what I'm going to do, I think that'll fit, is this paper cutter works really well, and you just fold your cardstock or your paper, or whatever, in half, and then you can slide it in and it cuts both sides. So it's pretty handy. And that's like super simple and easy. But again, if you just, you can just cut, and you can use your corner rounders to do it. In fact, the other one, I just cut off these 2 tabs. So there's lots of ways that you can find to make your little tab top. Whoops, what am I doing? Your little tab tops. I grabbed the wrong thing. I meant to ink that. And I grabbed the glue stick. Too much coffee for me, I think, too. There we go. We'll give it a little bit of aged look, and then maybe we'll pick out one of the stamps too and add. I think this is like the longest journaling card probably anybody's ever made. Yeah, doesn't that look cool? Okay, so we'll pick out a number. It's really nice. Although although my one takeaway is, right, then you're kind of stuck. You're kind of stuck with the size. I thought it would be a little bit larger in real life because of course I don't ever look at the dimensions when I'm ordering things, but I think it's okay. It'll generally, this is kind of a large this is a large card, and it can certainly accommodate a much larger tag at the top, but I still think it's cool. Let's see what will fit. Let's see what numbers will fit on this. That one's too big. I think this one will fit well. Let's pull this one out. And again, this is so brand new. It's still stuck in there. I'm kind of excited to see what other things I come up with this stamp set. I think this is going to get a lot of use, and you don't need to use it just for this kind of specimen thing. It definitely works for something that has like a business, like office vibe, or like a postage kind of thing. Ooh, I love that. These are great stamps. These are really great stamps. That turned out really cool. Let me do a little off print here. We can get a little bit more out of our ink. Oh, that turned out really cool. Look how cool that is. I love that look. All right, let's glue that on. Hi, Cindy. Hello. How are you? I loved seeing where you got together with Gabby and Pam. I remember when you were here a couple weeks ago, you said you were going on a trip. I think I didn't quite realize what a wonderful trip you were going on. I bet you had a wonderful time. I know you've met Pam before. You guys have met up and hung out and spent time together. I think that was your first time meeting Gabby, I think, huh? Hope you're having a good day. And I think you said you were doing, were you doing some art retreat stuff too? I think, if I remember right. And then there's our little tab. I think that looks really great with the lettering. Let's see, do we have anything else that would kind of fit underneath it? I don't know that we have anything. I don't think so. But I love this is like my little favorite stamp. Actually, let's do a circle here. Let's do one of these received. Maybe in red. We'll see what that looks like. Yeah, I know you. Yes, you and Pam. I'm reading my phone in the. Yep, you and Pam are good buds. Oh, I bet you had a good time. I someday would love to be able to meet Pam in person. I've been on with her virtually, but I haven't yet met her in person. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. How fun. I'm sure you're going to do some kind of video or some content on your art channel. Oh, I would love to see. I hope one day I would love, that's something on my bucket list. I have a lot of bucket list things. I've been busy with the kids and businesses, but I would love to go to an art retreat someday. That I would love to just go off and do it. And I'm kind of entering that phase of life. I've shared with all of you. My youngest is graduating high school in June, and he's been driving for a while, so I'm getting to that point where I can kind of go do things, and I don't have to be here with kind of the mom hat on. Look how cute that is. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Let's see. Let me do a little off print here. Use that in some collage. That's cute. And let's see, should we add more? I love these stamps. One just fell on the floor. I don't want to do too many. You know who is super good? I've mentioned her before on this channel, is I love Seven Plaza. She is like a genius when it comes to the stamping and just really great placement. I love to watch her do her thing. That might be too much. Look at this one here. This one's kind of interesting. It's this kind of a faux wax seal. I don't know about that one. Hi, Jody. Hello. We've been on so long. It's probably your lunchtime. It's probably your lunchtime. Hello, my friend. I hope you're having a good day. You say you can't even type your own name. I can't even say my own name sometimes. I cannot even say my own name sometimes. Let's see. I love this. Where do I want to put it? Do I need something additional? This one is really cool too. This little number thing. I need to channel my inner Margaret from Seven Plaza. Now I kind of like that. I don't know, is that too busy? What do you guys think? I don't know. Let's see what the other ones here. This is kind of a cool one too. We have numbers here. We have lettering here. This is a fine, okay, maybe this one. This is a little tiny. It's kind of the fine art of not doing too much. We don't have anything up here in the corner, but I think that we'll definitely use that little splatter stamp that I love. I don't know. That probably looks too busy. Stamp top left. Okay. So this one says this side up. Do we kind of like that one? And then this is like a little check box down here. It's going to go like in and out if I get too close. Yeah, it's too close. It's going to do that. Wah, wah, wah. I kind of like this. What do you guys think? Is that too busy? Maybe this needs to be I kind of like this little figure one. Butterfly on the top corner. Yeah, this is like Japanese beetles. Let's see what a butterfly looks like. Of course, I always have butterflies. Let me get in my little butterfly stash here. We were kind of doing not as much butterfly because the other cards were kind of butterfly-y. I'm not sure, but maybe it's the color that's distracting. Let's see. Oh yeah, here, let me do that. Okay. So I think that one's kind of cool in the upper left. And then I had potentially have this one down here. It's like a little checkbox one, but I don't know if that makes it too busy. And I love this little figure one and figure two. Yeah, just because we did my other two cards, they're super butterfly-y, so we were trying to do something a little bit different with this third one. It's too much, Leanne. Okay. So do we think that maybe just one? Yeah, maybe that's nice. Just one up in that left hand. Figure 1, 2, top left, skip this side up. Okay, because it is it's real dark too, right? It will be like a really full stamp. Ooh, that's pretty, right? So should we do, I think thumbs up. I think right for just having something in the upper left. Where's the one? Or we have this, or we have that one. So do we think the large figure 1, 2, 3, or the small figure 1 and 2? Yeah, so Leanne's saying, yes, I like that. Terry says yes. Joni says yes. And Cindy likes the contrast. You know what we're going to do? Let's see what this stamp looks like because I've never used it. The other thing we can do is make a little label and see what that looks like because it is, right? It's super dark. That's kind of the unknown. Let's see what it looks like when we stamp it. And I think I'll do it in black. Can certainly do it. We could do it in red. We could do it in a navy. Yeah, this is a very bold, but we can certainly make a little label out of it and see if we like it. Let's test it. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Let me also do it in red. Let me off stamp this. I need some more of my little book pages here. Let's clean that off a little bit. Ooh, it's kind of cool too, the lighter it gets. And I like these little off stamps to use in collages. It kind of even looks cool with that. The lighter it gets. Do I have a cleaner? I don't want to get black ink on my red. So let me clean that up. Okay, so the smaller figure is good. And we'll make a little label just to see if we like this. So we know what the look is. That's the one thing when you when you rubber stamp right on it, you're committing. You're really committing. But I love how our card is turning out. And then let's see what it looks like. Ooh, I think I'm gonna like the red. And even if we don't use it on this card, ooh, look how cool that is. Oh, the red is even cooler, right? Looks very official, very office. Looks like something that would be in a scientific lab. Ooh, I like that. Let me do a couple of these off prints over here. And we'll use that for something else. The red is very powerful. It really goes a long way. I kind of like those. Okay, let's see here. So everybody, we all decided we like this small figure 1 and 2, right? That's the one we're going to go for. And I think I'm going to do it in black. Hopefully I do it straight. I think I've used this one before. And I kind of like it on the flower a little bit. Yes. Okay. Well, I got a little happy with the ink, so it got a little bit of over inkage, but I think that looks really cool. I like the way that looks. I think that's good, right? I think we're going to call that done. Let me put that on there. Then I can use that up. And where's my little splatter? I love this. Let me clean up my space a little bit. I have so much stuff here. Get a little bit of stuff out of the way. Yes, good. It's perfect. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. And this is my all-time favorite stamp. I use this like in everything, and it splatters. And it came, I don't know. I think from something I got at Temu a long time ago. And it's icing, it's glitter. I think it just kind of finishes it off. And it gives this cool kind of foxing, kind of splattered look. I think that always finishes things off. And I like to come in, if I'm making labels, I like to do that little splatter over the labels too. And you can get the same look with, you can use the spray inks and get that kind of same look. And we're going to do the back, even though we've made this to be a journaling card, but I like to embellish the back too. I don't like to do not ignore the back. And I think that looks cute. And maybe I'm going to come in here really quick and let's do another of those circles. Or where's the other thing that I just stamped? Where's our this side up? Let's put one of our this sides up, this side. Oh, right here. Let's put one of these on this side. And I think I like the red. So we can use this up. Super cute. We'll put this on the back. I really like that stamp. I have a bunch of very vintage office supply stamps that I've picked up here and there over the years. I've kind of been hoarding them. Now, sometimes they get really dried out and they don't work the best, but so I was looking at those the other day. I want to come up with a project for those. I need to kind of go through them and test them, but I have a bunch of like the number ones and like this filed. I have a bunch of really cool ones. I think I'm gonna rip this one a little bit, make it look kind of older. Here we go. Let's really kind of grunge that up a little bit. The art of making things look old. I think that's one of the things that appeals to me about junk journaling is that art of remaking things. Taking something that's completely new or maybe a little bit vintage and kind of making it look like it's antique. I really love to do that. Oh, that looks so cool. Doesn't that look cool with the like little ripped, and even though it's stamped, we've made it look a little bit older. And then I'm going to take this rubber stamp here, and I'm going to give it a little bit of splatter on the top of it too. Yeah. Isn't that cool? I love the way that turned out. Yes, and some of them, Kathy, I think a few have that built-in, you know, the plastic with the built-in stamper, but a lot of them are just the old-fashioned with the handle, you know, those kind of old-fashioned office stamp. Like I'm looking at them right now. I think I have one that says rent, and then I have some of the ones that you can turn that have the dates and the numbers, and those can become really fragile. I have found the date ones, because that rubber that moves around, it's when it becomes really hardened, it's easy to break those. So those are pretty fragile, but I have a bunch of them, so I'll have to come up with something. So yeah, I love it. Only took us an hour and 40 minutes to make this, but I think that's so cute and very different, right, than the butterflies. So here's the one that we made together today. I love the way that looks. That's really cute. And then here are the two that were in, where did it go? That were in the thumbnail. Here, and then these were both butterfly. So this was the original that I made. Yeah, the original that I made with the Tim Holtz die cuts, but still the same book pages. And I put a little bit of that elementary kind of kindergarten line paper on the back, and that's cool. A couple different ways of doing the tabs. And then this is the one that I made a few days ago after I got the stamp set. And I think I'm going to come in here and even add some more collaging. I think this one can handle maybe something else here. So maybe I'll do that and I'll update that, put that on Instagram, and it definitely can use something in the back. I did that one a little bit too quick, but very fun. I think this is a fun project. You can take it, and again, very accessible. You don't need the stamp set. We probably all have stamps that work. We probably all have like lots of, you know, you could do botanicals. You don't need to do insects. You could go in a botanical direction. You can go in a lot of different directions with this kind of sciencey, specimen-y look. Okay. All right. I think that's it. I will turn around. I'm going to take a little drink of my water. I'm going to turn the camera around, as I kept you all for a very long time. I know you all have things you want to take on in your day. Let's see, where is my camera? Here we go. And that's it. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. Maybe we'll look at our, I should have done that when I had it down. I should have gone out the camera a little bit. So let's look back a little bit, and then we'll look forward. So yesterday, if any of you missed, Leanne and I did part 2, right, Leanne, of our Little Golden Book junk journal series. So yesterday we worked on putting our signature papers together. So if you missed part 2, that was on my channel yesterday, but I'm pretty sure Leanne probably has it in her playlist as well. So you can look on either of our channels. And then next week, we are doing part 3 as a live stream on Leanne's channel, and we will be sewing in our signatures. So Leanne is going to show us how to do the stitch to sew our 3 signatures in, but you have plenty of time. In fact, we both will probably be working with our papers all week, putting them in a different order and just kind of playing around with them. So you have plenty of time to catch up. And of course, the replay is there. The replays will be there forever. So yeah, so you could catch up anytime. So that, and what else? I had a couple videos that came out the last few weeks. The fun one that came out on the 30th was Give a Scrap, and that was a really fun to do. And I know Leanne, I tagged Leanne on Give a Scrap. So I know she'll have one coming out here. And then I had tagged both Mary, Ancestral Beginnings, and Kathy Picasso Cat. I think Kathy's already done her tag for the Tag Your Turns. Lots of content out there with our friends. And what else? Next week, I'm not sure. I have a couple crafts in the works, so I'm not sure what we'll be doing next week on Bitches Craft and Chat, but we will be here. So turn in same time next Thursday. Still trying to decide because I'm loving both things that I'm doing. And I think that's it. And hopefully the haul video that I recorded this morning, that'll probably be up by this weekend. Once I get it kind of whatever fixed, let's say, edited. Yeah. Oh, good, Leanne. I'm glad. I didn't get to walk this morning. I was texting my neighbor, and because I was doing all this crazy stuff this morning, I didn't get out and walk with her. So maybe I'll run over to the consignment shop, and then I can get back in time to walk with her. Oh, good. So Leanne put the link up for next week. And I think that's it. So I thank you all for being here today. Thank you for putting up with kind of my, I don't know, I'm real hyper and kind of crazy today. I feel I feel kind of off, but I thank you all for putting up with me. And I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Love you all. Bye.